What's up, guys? Creighton here from LogicLounge.com, and it's time for my unboxing of the Google Pixel 3. Yes, this was just released at the beginning of the month, and I finally got my hands on one. I have the nice white version in my hands. This is the regular-sized version, not the XL version. I actually use a Google Pixel as my work phone, so I don't need a large screen as I'm not really doing multimedia stuff, more as I am making phone calls and some communications. That's how I like to separate my work and my social life, is I like to have two separate phones, and it also happens that I can run Android and iOS, which is fantastic. So inside we have the normal assortment of manuals, as well as a sticker and the SIM card ejector, which you don't need if you happen to be using Google Fi, as it uses an eSIM, which I think is the next generation of all of these phones, as we're going to be moving to eSIMs. Those physical SIMs are going out the door. Also inside we have the Google headphones as well, and I actually like these headphones for that adjustable ear thingy majigger. I'm going to call it that because I don't know the technical term for it, and I feel like that's a lot better explanation. It just helps it secure in your ears, and I like how they have that designed. Of course, inside as well, we have that USB-C cable, and one thing that I think is a must for all new phones nowadays is this USB-C to headphone jack. For all these phones that are getting rid of the headphone jacks, having some sort of adapter is going to put you ahead of the game. So I'm happy to see that Google is still operating with one inside of their boxes. You have a regular USB to a USB-C adapter there, as well as the wall wart, which I think is quite large. It's kind of cumbersome. I feel like they can make that smaller. I feel like they could change that around a little bit. It is still quite bulky, same design as we've always seen. So getting into the phone itself, it is actually remarkably similar to the Google Pixel 2 in the same that it has pretty much the same footprint as the Google Pixel 2, and I'll compare it to some phones here in just a second, but you get to see that nice black front display. And I do like these phones nowadays that are actually having black front displays and have color on the back. A white face display along with the screen, I think, is not the way to go anymore. So I do like how they have that two-tone. That is actually what made me go with the white version, is that I can get a little bit of color, but still keep that nice dark front. So there's the Google Pixel 2 versus the Google Pixel 3. You can see they're pretty much the same form factor when it comes to size, except the screen is much, much larger on the Google Pixel 3, which I'm very happy to see. You can see it takes up more real estate on there. One thing that I just hated about the Google Pixel 2 was just how much squished down that screen was. I feel like they could have made it like this back when the Google Pixel 2 came out. So I don't know why they didn't do that. But the other thing that made me really go with this phone is that it doesn't have the chin. It doesn't have the absurd also the whatever you want to call it, the bathtub, the notch, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have that. I'm not a huge fan of that. I tolerate it on the iPhone, but I don't think, and I've gone back and forth, and I really don't think that that's a really good design choice, having the bathtub or the notch or whatever you want to call it. So there it is compared to an iPhone 10. Same form factor of the regular iPhone 10. So if you like that form factor, again, this is a phone that you definitely want to look at for that same form factor. Of course, the screen is going to be larger on the iPhone 10 just because it's edge-to-edge display, whereas you have these chins and foreheads on this phone that have the speakers on them. There it is next to the Samsung Galaxy, and then I believe last but not least I have it compared to my 10 XS Max, which you can see there's a size difference. That's obvious. There's a size difference, but I mean, it's still a good sized phone, good feel in the hands. I've been using it for just about an hour now at the recording of this audio, and I like it so far. I mean, I definitely prefer it over the iPhone, not the iPhone, the Pixel 2. I definitely prefer it over that. So it's all comes down to dealer's choice. I tend to operate with both an Android and an iPhone 10 phone, or an iPhone in general, because there's apps that I like to use on both. There's stuff that I like to do. I like to be in tune with both framework. So leave your comments in the comment section down below. Let me know if you're an Android person, if you're a iPhone person. Let me know which iPhone or Android you have. Do you get the brand new Pixel 3 XL? Do you have the brand new Pixel 3? Do you have the iPhone 10, the 10s Max? Let me know in those comments down below. It's definitely something that I'm interested in. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in our next video.